When most people think of Colorado, they think of mountains and snow, but it can actually surprisingly be a really ideal place to go solar. Colorado has on average 300 sunny days a year, surprisingly. And at higher altitudes, solar panels actually perform more efficiently due to cooler temperatures and less atmospheric disturbance. Solar in Colorado actually ranks 12th nationally in terms of total installed capacity, and a lot of the gains they've had in the past few years have been utility scale. But the Solar Energy Industry Association, SEIA, notes that only around 9% of homes in Colorado actually have solar on them. So there is a ton of growth potential. There's some great incentives available and net metering policies that are helping Colorado homeowners. Let's take a look at what some of those incentives are. You can check the video description for a link to Desire, which is a great website which lists out a ton of policies and financial incentives available to homeowners going solar. Now, from a federal standpoint, for the moment, there is the federal solar tax credit. This is a 30% credit for anybody who is purchasing solar for their home, and they would get that credit on their income taxes. Now, this is a non-refundable credit, so it doesn't increase or directly give you any money or increase your refund, but it can reduce the amount you owe. So if you already paid a lot, you reduce that amount, you could potentially get a larger refund, but it's just not a direct cash. Now, I say this is for now because as of the time of this recording, the House and Senate have released their versions of the One Big Beautiful Bill that is looking to remove the solar tax credit potentially as soon as 6 months from now or maybe at the end of 2025. The bill has not yet passed, so we don't exactly know what the end is going to be, but it looks like that tax credit may be going away sometime soon, but we will keep you updated. Additionally, there's the Modified Accelerated Cost Recovery System, or MACRS, for commercial systems where you can depreciate the asset over a 5-year period as opposed to a longer period of time. You're then able to take tax credits off of that depreciation value so you can recoup some of that investment much sooner. Colorado, like many other states, has a property tax exemption for solar installations. So we do know from recent studies that solar will increase property values for people who own their systems specifically anywhere between 5 and 10%. So homes in Colorado that have an average price about $566,000 could see an increase of anywhere from $27,000 to $55,000 just from installing solar panels. Thanks to this property tax exemption, though, those homes won't have to pay more in property taxes due to the increased value that they're getting when they install solar on their home. Colorado also has a sales tax exemption for solar equipment. So solar equipment is a little bit cheaper when you do go to buy it in Colorado because those installation companies don't have to apply sales tax. The state has a 2.9% sales tax, so homeowners that are installing $30,000 worth of panels are saving $870 compared to other states where they may have to pay sales tax. Xcel Energy, which is an electric utility in Colorado, offers a solar rewards program where they can give a rebate for low income and income qualified people. So if you do qualify under the income guidance, which is 80% of the average median income for your area, then you can qualify for the Solar Rewards $1 per watt rebate. The system has a maximum at 10 kilowatts, so at $1 per watt, you can get potentially $10,000 towards your solar installation if you do qualify. Now, the funds for this are limited, and their website does note that as of early January, the funds were all completely used up for this year. So any new systems going through do have to apply and potentially wait to get into the program next year if it's still available. Xcel also offers a Renewable Battery Connect program, which is a virtual power plant program. For this, homeowners who install batteries can apply to get this incentive, and they enroll in that virtual power plant. With this, Xcel is able to discharge up to 60% of a home's battery up to 60 times per year. In exchange for that, though, homeowners would receive $350 per kW of max discharge capability up to $5,000. So for example, a lot of single batteries have a max discharge at 5 kilowatts. So in that case, you would get $1,750. So scale that up depending on your batteries, and you could potentially, per application, get up to $5,000 in a direct rebate for this system. Holy Cross Energy, which is another electric utility, offers a renewable energy rebate program for solar and storage installations. Now, the program actually has a maximum capacity at $30,000 for solar systems and $15,000 for energy storage systems. But they also cap it at 40% of the project cost. So if you install, let's say, a solar plus storage system that costs $30,000, you get a max of $12,000 from this incentive, which is still a ton of money. Now, the system can't be sized any more than 200% of the home's actual annual energy usage. And of course, that homeowner does have to take their energy through Holy Cross and be in good standing with the utility. Black Hills Energy has a performance-based solar incentive and an upfront energy storage incentive for homeowners who are going solar who take their electric through Black Hills Energy. For this, though, they are providing fractions of a penny for any production-based incentive. So specifically, it's 0.0025 cents per kilowatt hour. So if the system were to produce 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, for your performance-based incentive, you'd only get $25 from this incentive. However, they do provide $100 per kilowatt upfront for energy storage systems, so you could potentially get a lot of money for your energy storage system if you are installing it within Black Hills Energy. San Miguel Power Association also has an energy rebate where they're giving customers 10 cents per watt for solar they install, up to $1,000. So another easy $1,000 if you do take your electric service through here, which is always great because any amount helps and any rebate is fantastic. Denver has a Switch Together program, which is aimed at making solar more affordable to lower income or disproportionately affected communities. So for this program, if you qualify for it, you can get up to $8,000 as a rebate towards the installation of your solar energy system. It has a max at a 7 kilowatt array, and you can't produce more than 110% of your average annual consumption. But that $8,000 can be massive towards the installation of a solar energy system that brings low-cost energy to your home. Denver's Climate Action Rebate Program offers people who go solar in Denver potentially $1 per watt up to $2,000 as a rebate toward them going solar. If you're income qualified, there's also potentially even more available. And this program does offer rebates for a whole host of other things outside of solar energy storage. You also have energy efficiency upgrade, main panel upgrades, EV chargers, a whole lot of other stuff. Additionally, this Climate Action Rebate Program is giving $500 rebates towards energy storage installations, which is always great. If that homeowner who's installing energy storage does have a heat pump as well or a bidirectional EV charger, then they can potentially get up to $2,700 toward that installation of their battery. So it depends if you already may have that stuff or they have programs and resources to help you continue to add those. Mountain Parks Electric also offers a rebate program where they're giving customers up to $500 who install at a minimum 2 kilowatt system and at a maximum a 25 kilowatt system. So every amount can help. If you do happen to be a part of this particular energy utility, you can get a little extra money going towards that solar installation. And net metering in Colorado is a great benefit for solar homeowners. Back in 2005, they established rules which guaranteed homeowners a 1-to-1 credit or anything that they may send out to the grid. So they get a pure kilowatt hour for kilowatt hour. You send the utility 10 excess kilowatt hours you generate from your solar, you're going to get a 10 kilowatt hour credit back on your bill, which is a phenomenal investment. And they applied that to municipal and electric cooperatives as well. So pretty much homeowners across the state of Colorado can get great net metering benefits so they can really use the whole value of their power, whether or not they install energy storage at their home. Now, what does the future of solar in Colorado look like? Well, with potentially the loss of the federal solar tax credit looming, places like Colorado that have an abundance of local incentives are going to become hubs for solar going forward. Solar still has an amazing value proposition as a low-cost form of energy that is resilient and reliable. And especially in those higher climates or higher altitudes where the solar panels perform more efficiently, we should see Colorado continue to grow. While they've grown a lot utility scale, I expect them to add a ton of residential growth down the road. So we will see Colorado continue to thrive and potentially even be a bigger place for solar and battery storage in the future. You can learn more about anything that we talked about here in the video description. I'll include links to all of the incentives. And if you are going solar in Colorado, make sure you work with a Solar Insure certified provider who can give you SI30 solar, SI30 total, or SI30 battery. So you get 30 years of long-term protection on both the equipment and the labor costs that may be associated with your system. You can learn more about that at the video description. Thanks for watching and make sure you catch the next video.